Hello, everyone, and welcome to the live stream. Hopefully, people will show up because it's not our normal time. We'll give it a small bit and we'll see what people start filtering in. So, what have we been up to? Well, uh, been very, very busy with work, very busy at home, family stuff, the usual. Um, I have some videos shot that will be coming up over the next few days. I know there hasn't been any over the weekend. Today being Saturday, I believe. No, today being Sunday. Um, So I haven't put any up over this weekend yet. I do have them edited. I do have them ready to go. I just need to put them up on the tube, as they say. Um, so that will be coming up in the next few days. So please stay tuned. Please bear with me. Jake Brown, Early Bird. Hello, how are you, Jude? Hello, all. How are you? Yeah, everything is good. Um, so there's some interesting videos coming up in the next few days. One will be pretty much about this photo and the gas mask he's wearing. Very very famous picture. We talked about it last week on the live stream. Um, that's a famous picture from what was outside. So that's a little picture that's coming up, and some other some other facts. Impression slash how to put an impression together for Op Banner and the Falklands. So that will be coming up. There's a part two. There is a part one already that I've done, whereas I've showed putting the webbing together, or why I put my webbing together that way. So part two is going to talk about uniforms and equipment and stuff like that, or uniforms, boots, things like that. Um, and the part three then will hopefully be the finished product. So that's what's coming up. um, there is also, I do also have to get up to the north of Ireland in the next hopefully week or two. I definitely have to get there before April because I will be heading across the pond to the Living History UK Festival, which is George's weekend, April 19th, 20th, and 21st, if I remember correctly. Don't forgive me on that one. So I have to get up there before then because I have a few bits and pieces to pick up that I hope to bring to England with me. 1 second now. When is the Living History UK Festival? 22nd and 23rd of April. Sorry, forgive me. Um, so that will be happening. Now, I do have a very, very special request tonight, and I will be carrying it out through the live stream. Danny Reese, very, very good friend of mine. He is the assistant curator for a little private museum called Herefordshire Regimental Museum. Right? They just started their YouTube channel and they're putting up podcasts and stuff like that. They've only got 40 something subscribers, guys. So can we try tonight or over the weekend or over the next week, try and bust their subscribers and get them up to 1,000, or sorry, 100. Even if we get them to 100, with the following I have, hopefully we can make them to that. So please, 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 if you're not already subscribed to Herefordshire Regimental Museum on YouTube, please go and check them out and subscribe. Um, Thanks very much. My MRT, hi all from Sweden. Thank you for another live stream. No problem. My MRT, you're more than welcome. Military Collectibles, hello. How are you? Made it this time, evening all. Hello, how are you? I hope you're keeping well. I was expecting. I thought you might have been at Stoneleigh, being one of the big fairs. I was hoping to see you there, but obviously we didn't get to bump into each other's Military Collectibles. But hopefully the next time I'm over, I'm at a show like that, we can sit down, have a cup of coffee, and pick each other's brains. Um, yeah. So as I said, guys, please, please, please go check out Herefordshire Regimental Museum on YouTube. They do have a podcast as well. They're starting to put stuff up on the YouTube channel from their podcast. Very, very interesting little things. Very, very interesting little items. It is a very, very small, privately run museum, and they need our support. Those little museums need people like us, military collectors and stuff, their support to keep these places up and running. So I think they're around 46. The last I checked, 46 subscribers. Please try and get to 100, so we can try and get to 100 by the end of the week for them. Um, Who was that? Hello, David. How are you? I'm keeping good, mate. How are you keeping? So yeah, so I will just a recap. So as I was saying, the videos that are coming up over the next few days is this. We are going to be talking about this little picture plus the little gas mask he's wearing. Famous picture from the Battle of the Bogside. I do actually know this gentleman's name. I'm not going to tell you. You can probably do research yourselves and find out who that guy is. Very, very famous picture. Ended up in, I think it was Time magazine or something. That picture ended up. There is a video coming up about it over the next few days. I know I haven't been posting videos this weekend. I've just been busy. Things have caught up to me. I do have videos edited and processed. I just need to upload them to YouTube. I was hoping that I had one done for this evening that I could release straight after this video or after this live stream, but unfortunately I don't. So I do have a shot and stuff. I just don't have it uploaded and edited and things. So I need to get that done. And that's one video that's coming up in the next few days, and the next one will be the part 2 of the SAS, how to prep and research and put together an SAS impression for Op Banner / Troubles and Falklands era. Part 1 was the webbing. It was last week, I think, or the week before I did that one. So this is part 2. Because people have been asking me to try and do Op Banner stuff again, so I will be doing that. Ralph, hello, my friends. Hello, Ralph. How are you keeping? So yeah, so that's what's coming up. As I said, I need to get up to Gary Hall in Northern Ireland in the next couple of weeks, preferably before April, before I go to England to the Living History UK Festival, because I have stuff up there that I've traded with him that I need to pick up to bring to England for the festival. So yeah, so that should be good. If you are at Moira Furnace, guys, in Leicestershire, I think it is. I don't know. Sorry, forgive me if I get that wrong. I don't know England very well. But Leicestershire, I think Moira Furnace, look up Moira Furnace, April 22nd and 23rd. If you're nearby, come and say hello to us. There will be a lot of us there. Danny Reese from Herefordshire Regimental Museum will be there. Jake Brown will be there. Andrew Johnson will be there, who also has a YouTube channel. And who else will be there? The lads from Living History UK obviously will be there. Steve Davis, Pete Neal, Dom, Chuckles, all the usual characters. Question from Ralph: have you seen the video of I can't pronounce that word, Militaria, from the Show of Shows on YouTube? I haven't seen that, Ralph. Was there something interesting about it? I know there's is he Australian or South African? There's a chap that does videos on YouTube who basically he looks at those shows, like the likes of the shows, show of shows and stuff like that. If anyone don't know what Show of Shows is, it's a big huge Stoneleigh in the US, and he through the video and stuff like that. How he does it. He's obviously very good at it. He's able to tell forgeries and fakes and stuff like that. So look him out. Check him out if you want to get it checked. I can't think of his actual channel now, but I haven't watched much stuff of Show of Shows this year for some reason. I've been busy the last week. I've literally been flat out, and I have not had time to wag. So yeah, so hopefully I'll get around to it. And I'm just after realizing I need to put something in my Militaria tin. If any of you don't have one of these, you need to get one of these. Well, this is actually a grenade tin, but I believe Dave sent me this. I think it was Dave sent me this. This is what I keep when I have spare change and stuff like that. I convert it to sterling, and it goes in here for my Militaria fund. Don't tell people I have it, but yeah, I do have it. So that's how I collect Militaria stuff. Save up for it pretty much. So yeah, so that's my little change tin. So yeah. Oh, it was Dave that said it. Thanks very much, Dave. So what has been happening? So people have been, as I was saying, people have been asking John impression together of A, B, C, and D. How do I do it? Herefordshire Regimental Museums. Shalom. So I want to put a Danny, stay tuned actually, because I want to talk to you about something. So I need to put something together for whatever Lovett Scouts, SAS in World War II, Irish Guards, Queen's Rifles of Yorkshire, I don't know. Whatever the regiment you want to put together is. So I am doing one. So the last one that I did was about the SAS, how I put in the weapon together, right? The next video will be about their uniforms and things like that, small kit, stuff like that. And then the third video will hopefully be everything put together, the actual impression itself. So what do you need to do when you're looking to do these researches and want to put an impression together? So I'm lucky enough with that impression. What it is, it's Falklands Op Banner SAS, right? I was kindly got information from a veteran, so that's one way of getting it. The other is for photos and things like that, and the other is books and research and stuff like that. So it's a bit of a detective game, and the reason I'm talking about that is because that comes in with a lot of militaria. Another video that has been put together for Easter weekend, stay tuned, is a very, very special video. I bought a medal on eBay. Actually, I have it somewhere. I have it put away because I was using it. I was doing research on it, but I bought a medal on eBay, right? Medal was named to a certain chap that I know. Well, I don't know, but your man had done a small bit of research on him. Turned out that he was from Clonmel and stationed in Clonmel Barracks for a period of time, which was the Royal Irish Regiment's depot at that time. So he was in the Royal Irish, was sent to that depot. Grand. I was stationed in that barracks for a period of my time when I was in the military. So I had that connection. So I said, yeah, that's an interesting little connection. So I just pictured, because I knew the barracks. I know. So I could have just pictured. So I know the rooms he would have been in. I know the billets he would have been in, the lines he would have been in. So I said, fine, I'll get the medal. So paid slightly more than I was recommended to purchase it for. Bought the medal. And Danny, Herefordshire Regimental Museums, is a whiz kid when it comes to medals and research and stuff like that. So I sent the details to Danny. Danny said, I look him up and see what I can find. Right? That was grand. Danny sent me back about 20 odd documents, 25 to 30 documents, I can't remember, of information that we found about this guy. Now, I'm not going to go into too much about it because it appears we are 99.9% certain that this guy was in a certain area for a very significant piece of Irish history, right? And we had to literally put all, so it's a video in itself of how we put all this information together and how we came up with the conclusion we came up with. Very, very interesting video. So hopefully you get to see that. So what I'm trying to say in a roundabout way is, guys, is you need to do research. You need to buy books. You need to do photos, look at photos. I know when we were putting our SAS collections together for World War II, obviously we couldn't talk to veterans. We did have access to the World War II war diaries, so we were using that for equipment that we used and stuff like that. There were records there of veterans that people had talked and stuff like that, so we got it from them. So yeah, so it was very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. So that's what I'm saying. The thing about the Falklands era is I was kindly given information from a veteran. It's starting to dry up now in relation to World War II and definitely the First World War. The Malayan conflict, Vietnam, things like that. Those men are getting on in years, and they've repeated that story now so much in their head that they've lost facts and things like that. So yeah, so it's very, very interesting. So one thing that I will tell people when they are putting an impression together is lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of research. I think I was building the SAS World War II collection for at least a year. Definitely 6 months to 9 months before I even put it on. So yeah, so it does take an awful lot of research. There's an awful lot of questions flying in here, so we'll just have a look. Smoke grenade container, yes it is. My money box. Ralph, hello David, good watch. Yeah, thanks David. Ralph, the show of shows also featured veterans signing war books. Yeah, it's a common enough thing. Stoneleigh, the cast of Hello Hello were there. The cast of members that are still alive were there at Hello Hello, signing pictures and autographs and stuff like that. So it does happen. You do see them at things. Lots of fake flags around eBay. This is from Military Collectibles. Lots of fake flags around eBay at the moment. IRDG, Canadian, D-Day, Suffragette, and so on, usually listed by one person. Oh, okay, I must keep an eye out for them. Jake Brown to Danny, evening CQMS. Kenny, hello everyone. Hello, Kenny. Military Collectibles, what flags are the copying? You just listed them off there, actually, Rob. Everyone's saying hello to Kenny. Military Collectibles, is the DAF flag also forged? Could you? Long Range Desert Group, Canadian Navy, D-Day, Merchant Navy, D-Day, Navy D-Day, votes for women, suffragette, with fake black ink sizes. There's marks stamped onto them, dates, and so he stamped them as well. That's interesting. Yeah, there's fakes everywhere and anywhere. There are fakes everywhere and anywhere. David Seal, evening, John. Hello, David. How are you? How are you keeping? Helga's knickers. Shaniqua's. It was Shaniqua's. Definitely Shaniqua's knickers. Were flying from the flagpole on her way through Hereford. It takes about, it's an inside joke, guys, if any of you don't know what that is, but it takes about a year to get an impression together. This is from David. It takes about a year to get an impression together at the point it is worth doing. I have found as well. Yeah, it is, because from my own experience, I don't want to demean the guys by looking crap that were there, if you get me. It's a respect thing. I have enough respect, probably because I'm an ex-soldier. I have enough respect for the hardship and horribleness and stuff that these guys went through, that I want to portray them fittingly, if that makes sense. Military Collectibles is answering Ralph. Where have we gone? I think he's only doing Allied flags. Okay, that's not too bad. David, we are just ranging Kenny. Try not to zap Kenny, guys, please, today. Military Collectibles. Oops, make that a fake. Dates, not days. Oh, yeah, I understand that. I understand Military Collectibles. I did see a guy. Where did I see it? It was on eBay. It wasn't that long ago. He was actually converting. He had German crusher caps like this. He had German crusher caps like this. But he had changed all the bits and bobs on them. But he had actually left that on them. So, if any of you don't know, NVA is East German Army, size 57. There's the date. The N is the actual date, the letter date. You can look them up online. 1856 is the batch. But he had rebadged them, and he was selling them as German Wehrmacht patches or hats. That was not too long ago, and he was selling them as originals. He was looking for like 200 or 300 quid a go for them on eBay. Now, I haven't seen these listings in a while now. Whether he was reported and taken down or what, I don't know. One way to tell an East German hat, if you look at the peak of it, lads, it's actually plastic. This peak is plastic. So there you go. But it was the fact he had left these stickers and the peak. So yeah. So just keep an eye out for them, because they are around as well. Kenny's deleting messages. Jim Timber. Hello, Jim. How are you? Evening all. How are you keeping? I have very sad news for you lovers of war movies like Saving Private Ryan, unfortunately. Yes, I seen that. Tom Sizemore, he passed away today. He was sick, I believe. He got some type of hemorrhage a couple of weeks back, and they decided that they were going to turn off life support in the last 24 hours. So yes, it's very, very sad. So guys, now there's a few of you in. What I want to do, big thing for military or for Herefordshire Regimental Museums. Danny Reese, who is Herefordshire Regimental Museum, he is the assistant curator of the Herefordshire Regimental Museum, right? Now, the fact that Herefordshire Regimental Museum was a yeoman, or the Herefordshire Regiment was a yeomanry, and it was a TA regiment. Okay, they're not actually they get very, very little funding from the government, if any at all, right? So it's all private donations and things like that to keep that museum up and running. Now they've started a podcast. It's on Spotify and all that. Go look it up. Herefordshire Regimental Museum. They also have a YouTube channel called Herefordshire Regimental Museum. They released the podcast on YouTube. Okay. Very, very interesting little channel. Very, very interesting podcast if you're into local history and stuff like that. I find it interesting. I'm not even from Hereford, and I find it interesting because I found myself Googling the areas they've been talking about. At the moment, their YouTube channel is at like 46 people, something like that, 46 subscribers. I would love to get them past 100 by the end of the week. Okay, so can we possibly do that? If you're here and if you haven't subscribed to Herefordshire Regimental Museums, go do it now straight away. Come back and please do it, guys. Please, can we get them to 100? Because those little museums rely on the public. They rely on the likes of us, military collectors and stuff like that, to go and check them out. I have done a video on the Herefordshire Regimental Museum, so go back through my videos if you haven't seen it before and look up the Herefordshire Regimental Museum. It's a lovely little museum. It's lovely, nice little collections. There's one guy there, his medal collection is absolutely fantastic. He's a weird name. He basically hid his medals in an aquarium during the World War II, so that he couldn't get his medals taken. So go check that out, guys, and have a look at it. Where have we gone? Where have we gone? I've missed where I've gone. Oh yeah, they're all giving out, or they're all saying sorry for poor old Tom's death. Military collectibles, fake LRGG flag currently nearly at 200 quid. Holy crap! There will probably be another one next week after that sells. More than likely. David, yes, fake stuff is an I think that's an obsession. I'm not sure. Herefordshire Regimental Museum. I want the LRG flag to hang up on my workshop. Well, if you know it's a fake and you just want to hang it on a ceiling or use it to block a window so you don't get light damage to your collection, that's fine. But sell it as what it is. Don't sell it as a reproduction, or don't sell it as an original. Ralph, watch Tom Sizemore makes more war. Watch Tom Sizemore makes more war movies than, say, Terry Savalas, but I think Tom, had actually been a U.S. Marine once. I'm not sure whether he was in the U.S. Marines. I know he did a very an outstanding job of the sergeant in Saving Private Ryan. Anyway, David, the number is the production identification. Oh, sorry, did I say batch number? Yeah, production identification. Sorry, David. Dave is a World War or a East German Cold War guru, guys. So if any of you have ever any questions about Cold War stuff, go to David or Stan. Jim Timber as well is very knowledgeable about Cold War stuff as well. So those three guys, please go check them out. There you go. The number. Sorry, I've gone. What did you pay for the DGR officer's cap? I got that with a full uniform, and it cost me, I believe, at the time. It could have been possibly that Dave actually sold it to me. It wasn't that big. I think it was less than £50 I bought the whole lot for. So yeah. Herefordshire Regimental Museums. Cheers, darling. Yes. So as I was saying, guys, if you missed that bit, go subscribe to Herefordshire Regimental Museum. If you haven't done it, do it now. There is podcasts up on it. They do release the podcasts after they have released them on Spotify and stuff like that. Maybe a week or two, could be a month. I'm not sure what it is. Go check it out. Go subscribe to them. Go check them out. Go subscribe to them on Spotify as well. Very, very interesting little history. Very good. And check them out. It's a good place to go if you're just putting your earphones and go. DDR Cap. Yeah, that's. I was talking about that there, Ralph. Danny Boy, Kenny singing. No formal funding, fully volunteer run and fundraising. Yeah, so there we go. So as we were saying about Herefordshire Regimental Museum, guys, it needs the likes of us. All those little museums, the Staffordshire Regimental Museum, the Enniskillen's Museum in Enniskillen, the Royal Ulster Rifles one in Belfast, those small little museums, those little county regiments, a lot of them are funded by the people themselves, the people that run them. So go check them out. Go. If you're in an area nearby, go look them up and check them out, guys. You calling Broadsword? Who's calling Broadsword? Dave is calling Broadsword, is he? Herefordshire Regimental Museum run. Who's running? Oh yeah, sorry. I understand what you were saying, Danny. Kenny, is the podcast on a different channel? The podcast is on Spotify, because I know I found it on Spotify. There are other, I better be careful though, because I shouldn't be advertising other things. There are other podcast people available, but I definitely know it's on Spotify. I'm not sponsored by Spotify, YouTube. Please don't give my channel a hit, but I'm not sponsored by YouTube or by Spotify. It's Herefordshire Regimental Museum on Spotify. It's Herefordshire Regimental Museum on YouTube. Go check them out. So there you go. No podcast uploaded to YouTube in a few weeks after Spotify uploads. Oh yeah, so as I said, so that's it. So Danny, that's from Danny. It is uploaded to YouTube after a couple of weeks being on Spotify. So you can get them both, but go subscribe to them both. It's the same thing. It's fine. Cool. I just subbed. Yeah, Kenny, perfect. Thanks very much. The goal is by the end of the week is to get Herefordshire Regimental Museum up past 100 subscribers. So please go do it, guys. Chip, that was it. Lieutenant Colonel Chip, DSO, MM, and TD. I know what the DSO is, Distinguished Service Order. The MC is Military Cross, and DT, I can't remember. Or TD. Here, TD is actually a politician. It's like an MP. It's the Irish version for an MP. So I don't know if he was a member of the Irish Parliament, better known as the Dáil, which is a TD, but I don't think so. Ralph, do you also have flags in your collection, John? I do. I have 2 German flags. I have not real ones though. I have a UDR flag. I have a that's caught me off the top of my head. I have an American one, American Stars and Bars. I have a tricolor. That's it, really. I think. Jude Stein, subscribe now. Perfect, Jude. Thank you very much. Rifle Green, hello, evening. How are you? I hope you're keeping well. I haven't seen you in a while. I hope everything is doing well up in your neck of the country. And I hope you're fine. I need to email you because I will be up in the north in a couple of weeks' time just to catch up, have a cup of tea, and sit down and see how you're doing. Don't envy in the cap stand for North Vietnamese Army. Yeah, it does actually, but not those caps. I can't. I'll butcher it. Vox something Army. Okay, anyways, NVA, National People's Army or National People's. I can't remember off the top of my head. I need to research it again. Stan has to get up at the crack of dawn, so he won't be here sadly tonight. Dawn sounds wonderful. I haven't seen her in years. Um, yeah, I was talking to Stan earlier on. He actually sent me a message. He is a bit busy, but yeah, there we go. Um, Dave, tis done. Yeah, guys, please go. Please go subscribe to Herefordshire Regimental Museum. Ralph, I have a war movie tip. Nazi Overlord 2018 with Tom Sizemore in supporting role. Oh, okay, must look that up. Have a look at that one. Dave, I would not play Mortal Fury for one of if I really wanted it. It would have to be a really good nick as well. More than 40, I think, for the hat. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Each of us here each one of us here is a museum in the making when you think about it. We all have our collections and they're all being added to constantly. That's a very true statement, Jude. It is a very, very true statement. Was it Military Collectibles or was it Stan that said one time in one of their videos that we are the custodians of our collections, and when we pass away or when we decide to stop collecting or whatever, they will be moved on. So we're literally just the custodians of a collection at that moment in time. Kenny, thanks, Dave. The cap is in good condition, but the badge is slightly worn. This badge, is it? Is this the cap you're talking about, guys? It's actually an NCO's cap badge because you can, or an officer's cap badge because you could actually see there's like little details in the laurel leaves, oak leaves or laurel leaves, oak leaves. So there you go. Ralph, in series, the man in the High Castle, I presume what that means, and Nazi wears DDR camouflage uniforms and shoot MP5s. Yeah, there was a film that I seen there not so long ago, and I just had to turn it off because everything was completely bunkum in it. It does annoy me when I see things like that, and it's crap. So there you go. Military collectibles, Jude Steins, and although we all collect militaria, there is a good cross section of periods and interests. Yes, there is. Jude's main one is basically pew pews. That's what Jude likes to collect. Yeah, he does collect military stuff as well, but his main focus is antique firearms. Territorial decoration, TD. Ah, thank you, Jim. Where did you come out of? Jim, you fountain of knowledge. Um, Military Collectible, or sorry, Herefordshire Regimental Museums. TD is Territorial Decoration, Officers Long Service Award. Ah, okay, there we go. I knew he'd come back with it. Is Stan going for a hat fitting? Stan is working in the morning, I believe, and he's gone to bed early. So there you go. Chip joined as a private in 1899 and retired as a lieutenant colonel in 1956. Now that is some stretch to do that time. Rifle Green, I have some RUC bits and pieces to give you. That would be perfect, Rifle Green. Thank you very, very much. I will actually be going to England with an RUC collection for the Living History UK Festival. I'll be bringing a full mannequin and some other bits and bobs to go and display in England at the Living History UK Festival. So if any of you are there in Moira Furnace, April, what did I say, 22nd and 23rd, please go and check it out and enjoy the show. Volks people. I knew it was V for something. Ralph, do you also own a Guinness Guinness German signal, and all their magazines from World War II, Mr. Shannon? I don't. I have very, very limited German stuff from my World War II collection. I have deck cards. I have some imitation caps. Well, not imitation, reproduction caps. I have a reproduction Hitler Youth Knife dagger. I don't have much German stuff, and the reason I don't have much German stuff is because I don't know enough about it, and because there's a lot of fakes and forgeries of German equipment. that I would like, it's happened to us all where we spent money on something and found out it's a forgery. But when you're talking about buying German stuff, a belt buckle alone could cost you €150, £150. Um, and I just don't. I would like to collect it just for the history side of it. Um, I don't agree with the politics, obviously, of the German people in the Second World War, or well, not the German people, but a certain aspect of the German people during the Second World War. I don't agree with it. Same as I don't agree with certain politics that happened in Northern Ireland. But I'd be very, 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 very cagey. If I was there with the likes of CJ there from Military Collectibles, or if I was there with the likes of Danny or somebody like that that knew German stuff, I'd probably purchase it, but I don't know otherwise. Um, David, damn right, goodness. Kenny Rebel, Ralph to Kenny Rebel, KDF, Wagon. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that stuff, guys. Ralph, would original GDR uniform have been used in the Nikita video clip by Elton John in it? I don't know. I don't know. I can't remember that video clip. I do know that the Beatles at one stage they wore, for one of their music videos, they wore original guards tunics, British household division guards tunics. Military Collectibles, yep. Custodians of History and Custodians of History, the dealer regimentals bought part of a long established UK collection a few months ago. He had a World War II German para helmet from that lot at 17,000 quid and sold it. Holy mother. 17,000 quid. That's a lot of money. Bargain still to be had. Got an original enlisted NCO SS buckle for £60. That is a fantastic deal, and I did see it. I did see the belt buckle, guys, and it is really, really good quality, and it looks class actually. Unlikely in 1986, they would have cost a fortune to source. The German uniform. Sorry, we're talking about Kenny. World War II can be a very prohibitive to collect because of cost. Not necessarily. British stuff. Obviously, if you're going into like very, very expensive regiments and stuff like the SAS, LRDG, Paras, those type of units are very, very expensive to collect. But you can pick up bargains. I picked up a Beloved Scout, Ackle and Cap Badge for less than £60 in England. I picked up a gas mask, mint gas mask, civilian gas mask, World War II dated, original, in the box. The actual gas mask itself for £10. So you can still find deals there. You definitely can still find deals. It's just a matter of shopping around and having a look. Military Collectibles, Ralph. He had no problem selling it. I think the German uniforms in the Elton John vid may have been Bond movie props. I can't remember that movie video, guys. Dave, that sounds likely. Ralph, to Dave, like at the video of Nikita, the DDR parade buckle seems very convincing. Oh. So like that. I was just going to say is like when you see how much German equipment is being sold for, the likes of SA daggers, Luftwaffe daggers, regular Wehrmacht daggers and stuff like that. You can see why people are forging them. Unfortunately, you can, because if they have a good forgery, and if to the naive person or something like that, you can see why they're selling them, and you can see how they're selling them. So yeah, so it does happen, unfortunately. What time have we? So we've been on for 40 minutes, guys. I'm going to cut the live stream a bit early tonight because it's Sunday. I don't want to leave it too late because I know guys have work tomorrow morning, including myself. So we'll probably go for another 5 or 10 minutes and we'll cut it at that. So if you have any questions, please throw them at me and I'll try and answer them. Another question from Ralph. Where did there was also an SS cushion on Show of Shows YouTube video that is pure fraud. There's actually a very, very famous character that you come across a lot of people basically critiquing his stuff that he's selling. He's selling German toilet roll. He has enamel signs for the last couple of years. Very, very fake stuff. There are unscrupulous people out there, unfortunately. This is from Jim to Ralph. A lot of those would have been supplied by Angels in Carrick Road, London. They buy one and make the rest. My first wife worked in Pinwood Studios. Ah, very interesting. Didn't know that now, Jim. Dave, during the DDR era of progressive German history, it got hold of uniforms items was literally forbidden. You needed papers to get them if you were not serving. Ah, didn't know that now. Herefordshire Regimental Museum. Depends what you want, you can get. Reenactor quality German repos from humane dealers. Cheap. When you want living history, top end level reproductions, you've got to pay big bucks for that level. You do actually, yeah. It does get expensive. Was watching and looking Glass War the other night. Interesting to see the DDR stuff. Glass War. Don't remember that film. Jake Brown, evening to talk for now. No problem, Jake. Have a good one. Jim Timber, for sorry, this is Ralph to Jim Timber. So they owned original uniforms from the DDR. Herefordshire Regimental Museums. Your top end living history productions can be mistaken as originals in the future. Yes. Take point in just to prove a point. That is a reproduction. It's actually a 49 battle dress that has been repurposed to a austerity pattern, and only for he has left the tags on it to say that it's a 59 pattern. Sorry, 49 pattern, and he stamped it to say that it's a reproduction. It's good. Like, put that against an original, and you will not tell. You will not tell the difference. Military collectibles. Yep, Def Bond movie props. The video was filmed in Penwood Studios car park, and the uniforms were supplied by costumers who supplied EO Films when making the Bond movies. Okay, so we have got an answer to that question, Ralph. This is from Jim Pimbers and Ralph. They probably borrowed it to take photos in the museum, and then the costume department depict them. That's normally what happens, Ralph. There we go. David, there is a TV show from the 80s called Contact. Lots of homemade raindrop FDA that looks not too bad. Okay. Ralph to Jim Timber, smart, military collectibles to Ralph. Yep, and other movies in the area like the Val Kilmer Top Secret movie and others. Rifle Green, I remember when in the Falklands the officers in the Royal Irish going on about Tommy Tanktop. He was in the SAS in 1982 war. He was a lieutenant in 1994 in the Royal Irish, I believe. This was Tommy Turtle. Oh. If that's the same Tommy Turtle I'm thinking of. There was a famous character, alright, known as Tommy Turtle. Best when Angels sold off their costume department. They got shed loads of original kit cheap. Top Secret. Sorry, Military Collectibles. Top Secret was a good film, and The Spy Who Came from Cold. Spy's title. Yes, from Dublin. Ah, was it him? Email me the actual details so we don't have to talk about it on live. Rifle Green, please, and actually email the details as well because as I said, I will be coming up there soon, and I hopefully will get to meet you. I'll be meeting Gary Hall in Armagh because I have to pass on a few bits and pieces that I'm swapping with him and trading with him. So yeah, so it'll be nice to see you and have a coffee, have a cup of tea. Rifle Green, Tommy Turtle's family still local. I taught his grandson in cadets. Ah, there we go. I knew the Tommy Turtle name. I knew the Tommy Turtle name. Secret was a real fun film. Also featured the Raiders of the Lost Ark Mercedes truck, the Mercedes which goes over the cliff. Didn't you find Military Collectibles? Didn't you find a link to a vehicle that was being sold on eBay? That was it a lost German vehicle, or was it had something to do with a movie? I remember. Was it actually used in a movie? I can't remember. Sorry, he passed away in 2020. Yeah, he did. There's a famous picture of him actually in his San Beret, if I remember correctly. Tommy Turtle. Yeah. Right, guys. So that's it. It's we've been on for 45 minutes. As I said, I'm going to finish a bit early tonight because people have work tomorrow and stuff like that, and it's not too late. So, as I said, what we're going to recap on, there will be some videos coming up over the next few days. There is an SAS / Falklands / Op Banner Part 2 one coming up. There will be a Part 3. There is also this very, very famous picture and this piece here in particular that he's wearing. That is coming up in a video. And the other thing that I would really, really like you to do, guys, if you're watching this live stream throughout the week, please, 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 please go subscribe to Herefordshire Regimental Museum on YouTube or his podcast on Spotify. I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that. It's just a very, very good cause. It's a very, very small little museum that is privately run, privately funded. They get no funding from the state, as far as I know, which Danny verified there a while ago. They're at 47 subscribers at the minute. I want to get them to 100 by the end of the week. So can we please try that, guys? Please, and thank you very much. Where have we got? Indeed, sir, indeed. What about Funeral in Berlin? I'm not sure what Funeral in Berlin. Oh, that movie. I can't remember that one either. Ralph, do you also copy English battle dress in Pakistan? They do, and they make very, very bad copies of it. The color is completely wrong. The very good book is good too for different reasons. Laters, guys, take care. They're in the real world. Take care, everyone. Military Collectibles. Yep, 4 fake Mercedes trucks were made out of World War II GMC air portable trucks. One is in a field in the UK, along with the remains of a genuine panther and Jag Panther. The video is on YouTube. I must look that up. Kenny Rebel, not a lot of people know that. Herefordshire Regimental Museums. Night, darling. Night. He's a very noisy neighbour. Open fire on Kenny. Don't kill Kenny till we're gone. Jake Brown. Night, guys. Hi all. Cheers all. Hey. Cheers all. See you later, lads. Right, guys. Have a good one. Enjoy yourselves. Have a good weekend. Safe week at work. And I will be back regular time. 8 o'clock next Friday. Irish time. GMT time. Whatever you want to call it. 8 o'clock. Friday night. Have a good one, guys, and I will see you all later, and have a good one. Safe one.